So I'm here with Cenk Uygur, and one thing that he's talked about a lot on his show how Democrats don't generally fight back, and even in ads are fairly weak. And so now Cenk Uyghur's here with a way to try to fight back against that, and it's in the form of another PAC called Rebellion PAC. So Cenk, you started Rebellion PAC, and you released some ads. Actually, some of those ads went to fight against Richard Neal, but also were very effective in the campaign against Joe Kennedy III in favor of course, Ed Markey in Massachusetts. So I want to show people that video, and then we'll kind of break down and talk a little bit about Rebellion PAC.
I served with his father, and I served with his second cousin, Patrick.
Second cousin Patrick? This is not a persuasive reason to vote for someone, Miss Pelosi. Jeb Bush's dad and brother were presidents. That wasn't a reason to vote for him.
Please clap.
Meghan McCain's dad ran for president. Doesn't mean she should. The point is, being related to someone is not a job qualification. You gotta earn it.
Bloody peasant! Oh, what a giveaway. Did you hear that?
In Boston, we don't bow down to kings. We throw their crap in the harbor. But enough about Patrick's second cousin. Let's talk about Ed Markey.
I'm Ed Markey.
Didn't have a family name to lean on. His dad was a milkman and union leader. Ed drove an ice cream truck to pay for college. He spent 37 years in the House and the last 7 in the Senate. On unions, healthcare, climate change, jobs, racial justice, everything working class people care about, he's with us. I'm voting for Ed Markey. He's not royalty. He's one of us. Vote Ed. Rebellion PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
All right, so that's a tough ad. I enjoyed that. I don't live in Massachusetts, so I didn't get to see it when it was airing. But I mean, Ed Markey did win, and maybe Rebellion PAC had something to do with it. What do you think?
Yeah, so I love that ad, and I hope we helped a little bit. And we maxed out to Ed Markey. We ran that ad on not just on digital, but on television, NBC, CBS, etc. And so we were kidding around yesterday on the show with Nina Turner, saying that maybe the new tagline for Rebellion PAC will be "We punch back." And so when Pelosi came out and said, "Oh, I can't believe Ed Markey has besmirched the Kennedy dynasty, and that's why I'm going to support Joe Kennedy." First of all, she was totally full of crap. The real reason she supported Joe Kennedy was threefold. One, he raised $5 million for Democrats in the last cycle. All they care about is the money. That's 90% of it. And another 5% was, oh, Ed Markey, you're going to try to help AOC. And instead of me seeing her as an heir apparent, I see her as a challenge. Even though I'm 280 years old, I'm never going to let go of power. So how dare you help AOC? Right. And number 3 is I hate progressives, and I never want them to win, and I don't want the Green Dream or whatever she calls the Green New Deal to pass. So those are the reasons she actually backed Kennedy over Markey. So we're like, okay, you're coming in, we're coming in. So I love to say the rebellion has joined the race, and so the rebellion joined that race, and I hope we made a difference. And a lot of good folks were in that race and made a difference. And good progressive groups. And now we've got a good amount of money, thanks to you guys. So everybody else raises, honestly, even good progressive groups, they raise it from billionaires. And I don't mind that. I'm happy to take billionaire money as long as they let us control the message. Mm-hmm. And no strings attached. Okay, you got any strings, we're not taking it, right?
Right.
But mainly, us. Mainly, we finance things through you guys. So through the audience. So, and I love when they say, oh yeah, what if we cut your source of funding? Have at it, boss. Good luck to you. It's Bob from Nebraska at $5, Sally from Missouri at $10, etc. So rebellionpac.com. And if you like that, Jeff, we got a lot more where that came from. We're going to do more in this cycle. And then in 2022, I just want to absolutely dominate for progressives in primaries and then general elections.
So you were talking to Nina Turner yesterday, and she dropped a little bit of news, right? How she might be running in one of the next races. And so I really enjoyed watching that. Look, I enjoy watching Nina Turner talk. Whenever she I actually was lucky enough, I should say, to see her in person and speak. And look, I'm an atheist, right? But she reminds me of a preacher, and she shakes you down to your soul when she talks.
Mm-hmm.
She just has that way.
Yeah. Jeff, so she said she's considering running for president in 2024. Okay. Now, when that hit the social media, you should see the mentions in the mainstream media reporters' Twitter feeds, because the establishment lost their minds. They're like, oh, I do declare Nina Turner. That should never happen. And so, the more I saw that, the more excited I got about Nina Turner. And so, first of all, look, I'll take credit for this one. I'm the first person to ever mention Nina Turner for vice president or president. And that happened like 5 years ago. Okay. So I was also the first one that said Bernie Sanders could win back in 2013.
I remember.
Thank you, brother. As it turns out, he didn't win, to be fair, but damn, he came close, right? And no one else thought it was possible. So what do I see in Nina Turner that I saw in Bernie Sanders and the progressive movement overall, and by the way, AOC and so many others that we helped before anyone else? It's not that we are determinative in those victories or their rises. It's that we can see what they have before others can see what they have, right? And so, and in the case of Nina Turner, she is, do not take this the wrong way. I'm saying this in only a very specific context.
Okay.
She's Trumpian in the sense of the rage that she creates in the establishment media. They cannot help but hate her.
Right.
Now, in her case, it's the exact opposite reason as Trump. It's because she's hell-bent on helping the little guy. And the establishment despises that in their core. They hate it way more than they hate any of Trump's lies or pathologies, etc. But they can't help but attack her. And in the beginning, that's going to be a problem. But in the long run, that's actually an advantage, because it will get her a lot more press attention, because they'll say, oh, there's no way that it could be Nina Turner. Look at the way she talks. She admits she's angry. Whereas we tell everybody to be civil because we want you to be nice and calm and comfortable as we pick your pocket, and not to realize we're picking your pocket, and not to get angry that we're picking your pocket. And the last thing we want you to do is get up off that couch. And God damn it, Nina Turner makes you get up off the couch.
She does. I love the fact that she's angry, and I love the fact that she is an authentic person. You know what she's about. You listen to her, and you can see it, and you can see that she wants real change. And that's, again, if I'd vote for her.
and Jeff, they don't see you coming at all. So whether it's your show, it's your audience, or your beliefs. So when you say things like, I'd vote for Nina Turner, you speak for a lot of people, and you have tapped that vein of progressives more than any establishment reporter. So those guys, all they know is their own circle. And in their own circle, they're like, which dynasty is next, right? Is it the Kennedy dynasty, the Bush dynasty, the Trump, et cetera? And they all know the same set of people, and they all went to Harvard or Yale, and I'm glad they got a good education. I'm not saying anything against that. I love a good education, but it's the same tight-knit group of elites. And when someone who does not belong in their circle like Nina Turner comes by, they cannot believe their lying eyes.